Wallace and Gromit Forever presents
PBS 2009 Bloopers 42. Silly old blooper.
in our last episode of PBS 2009 Bloopers. Microsoft Sam, pushed to the breaking point by the bloopers, threw not one but two tantrums, the second one blowing his head clean off. Anna, Mary and Winnie the Pooh rushed Sam to BFF City Hospital for head replacement surgery, but shortly after the surgery was complete, there was dynamite planted all over BFF City Hospital. Evil Sam showed up to inform the Wallace and Gromit Forever staff that Sillytown will seize control of Lao Lao Land. The mayor of Sillytown, Armageddon, barged into the studio to assassinate Sidney Sternberg on orders from the chairman of Hades. Arma used his powers the chairman granted him to send him and Sidney to Sillytown. Upon departure, he left a ransom note in which Sergeant C.J.O. Randolph of the 33rd Precinct found, threatening to assassinate Sidney and destroy BFF City Hospital, unless Lao Lao Land surrendered unconditionally to Sillytown. Meanwhile, hoping that Sam and Sidney survive their ordeals, the rest of the staff carried on with the bloopers.
Is everybody ready?
Not really, Sean.
We're so worried about Sam and Sidney.
And the future of Lao Lao Land.
I love Sam too much to even bear the thought of losing him.
The residents of Sillytown may be brainless, but they're also ruthless as well.
They take no prisoners. They ask no pound and give no pound.
No pound? Not even a penny? Ha 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 ha!
Not funny indeed. This isn't the right time to make jokes, Abby.
Sean, I wouldn't waste time worrying.
Abby's right, Sean.
Sillytown residents can sense fear.
That's right. If they make just one move on Sam and Sidney, they'll have to deal with me.
Point taken. Roll camera. Cue circle. Ha ha ha! Cue circle. That's lame.
That's not lame, Sean.
It is so lame, and don't you deny it again!
Okay, Sean Jones, you asked for it.
Ouch! Hit by the captions again! Ow!
Are you okay, Sean?
Not really. Can you please give me a hand?
Hang on, Sean.
Later, after the gang pried the captions off of Sean and I, Robosoft 3 apologized for throwing the captions at him. This is TechStop Robot with the Wallace and Gromit Forever Special News Bulletin. Microsoft Sam has officially been released from BFF City Hospital just before Sillytown forces blew it up a few minutes ago. Meanwhile in Sillytown, Armageddon is still holding Sidney hostage, stating that he will let him go if Lao Lao Land surrenders. More details to come.
Sam's coming back.
I'm glad he pulled through.
It's a good thing his body recovered before Sillytown forces destroyed the hospital.
You said it, Daniel.
Thanks to a prayer from Sidney, we healed Microsoft Sam and rescued him from the clutches of Sillytown.
Microsoft Sam should be back soon.
Primo PBS.
A message to the almighty production
of a Christian report film.
I'll go over to Sillytown to make sure Arma lets go of Sidney and returns him to Lao Lao Land. If he refuses, I'll give him a taste of his own medicine. Take medicine, PBS.
A doctor production.
Of a clinic film.
The cure for what ails you.
Cure More PBS. A remedy production.
Of a healer film.
Hi gang. Did you miss me?
Microsoft Sam, you've come back. I missed you, Sam.
I missed you too, Anna.
Did you hear the news about Sidney Sternberg?
What happened to him?
The mayor of Sillytown, Armageddon, showed up here and took Sidney with him.
He threatened to assassinate him if La La Land didn't surrender to Sillytown.
Oh noes. That's terrible.
Luckily, Sidney sent a prayer to God, hoping he will set him free. But what would happen if Arma assassinates Sidney before God shows up?
I wouldn't worry about it. Arma's powers are no match for the powers of the Almighty.
Whoa. This feels like a weird fever dream. But it's a good thing that Armageddon suddenly collapsed. Now, if only I can find a way out of here.
Need a little help?
God. Do I ever need help getting out of here?
You need not fear. Thanks to your prayer, and through my guidance, I've put a sleeping spell on the residents of Sillytown, so you are free to go.
Thank God.
You're welcome.
Finally. No more getting stuck in this messed up area. I better head back to the studio.
What happened? Where's Sidney?
Caught you red-handed, Armageddon.
Well, if it isn't the Almighty himself.
Thanks to Sidney's prayer, I clouded your mind and set him free from you and your immature habitat.
You can't set Sidney free! I'm seizing control of La La Land!
You can't take over La La Land without a valid reason.
I'm doing it because Sidney's Jewish!
That barely proves anything. You and the chairman of Hades should know better than to take one hostage without first showing conclusive proof of guilt.
That's a violation of Hades' secrecy rules!
Don't you start invoking secrecy rules, because this is not a security matter.
I demand jurisdiction in this matter, and I say security matters are irrelevant to this case!
Like the King of Darkness, his legions and his chairman, Arma, you spread lies as if they were seeds. My will, at this moment, is slowly making you release your grip on La La Land.
Your will is absolute gibberish!
How dare you defy me? As of today, Sillytown and its residents will no longer exist. Be gone. There. That ought to take care of him. Here are some updates on what's been going on lately. Thanks to Sidney's prayer, the Almighty set him free from Sillytown. Armageddon stood in direct defiance of the Almighty, prompting him to destroy Arma and Sillytown. Now that Sillytown no longer exists, La La Land can finally have peace again. For the latest Wallace and Gromit Forever news, this is Text.thx Robot, signing off. Goodbye. What? Sillytown's been destroyed?
Somehow, the Almighty and his angels rescued Sam and Sidney from their clutches.
I am so beyond all-wise that I ought to destroy you for this, but I won't, because I don't have enough courage to do so. Instead, I'm confining you to your quarters until further notice.
Oh, cold sores.
Lucretia and Bocana, step forward.
We heard, Mr. Chairman. We are also ticked off by those members for destroying Sillytown.
Why didn't you two put a barrier to keep Bot out of there?
We could have, but the Almighty is too powerful for us. He says that keeping him out of areas is against his will.
Those much. Very well, your mission now is to bring Sam and Sidney down here at once. And if you encounter any interference from those members, I'll see to it that Sam and Sidney suffer from eternal torment. Now get moving.
Yes, sir.
Hi, gang.
Sidney, you came back!
We thought Armageddon was gonna wipe you out.
I thought I was a goner too, but the Almighty helped me get back home. We're glad you came back safely, Sidney. Not to mention that the Almighty destroyed Sillytown for good.
That's a relief.
We heard that Armageddon stood in direct defiance of the Almighty, which caused his fate.
Good riddance, Sillytown.
Now that Lol-Lol-Land can have peace again, we can get back to normal around here.
Well, almost normal.
Rumors are rampant that the Dark Powers will infiltrate this studio.
We'll protect you from them.
And if they summon up their infernal chairman to duel me, I'll make sure that I win. None of his powers can supersede mine, ever.
Do more PBS. A one-on-one production.
Of a shootout film.
Aaron and Alexander Hamilton, watch out.
We had a problem with fencing recently.
Was it a chain link fence? Or a picket fence?
More like 2 fences in our yard.
I saw them last night leaping over a meadow where sheep grazed.
You saw fencers jumping over sheep? That joke didn't deserve a rim shot, more like weeping trombones.
Oh, I don't know. It was still funny.
Now see you here!
Oh, bother.
Microsoft Sam, do I have to remind you every time not to steal my line? Steal it from me again, and I'll send Brandon Evans after you. You hear me? Stop stealing my line, you thief.
First I literally lost my head in a tantrum, then recovered from the hospital, and now landed in the ground.
Let's just dig ourselves out of here before the earthworms get us.
Later, after Sam and Sean dug their way out of the ground. Trouble more PBS.
A no-good production.
Of a bad cause film.
I have a feeling that 2 demons from the dark world are making their way into this studio.
We have protection with us.
We're not afraid of them. Just let them come. Lucretia McEvil and Volcana Ash.
That's us, Sean. We're here for a very big reason.
What reason?
Don't you remember? The chairman was so ticked off at the Almighty for destroying Sillytown.
That's because your infernal chairman planned for Armageddon to take control of Lol-Lol-Land.
And we disapprove of you never screwing things up for us. Now just a minute. Arma asked for it, because he tried to end the lives of Sam and Sidney.
You heard her. Go scream yourselves.
You don't get it, do you, Sam? Simply telling us to go screw ourselves doesn't do anything at all. Raffle.
That's my last line, you leech.
That last line is in the public domain, Sam.
Enough. We are here on orders from the chairman. We are giving Sam and Sidney their death sentence for the destruction of Sillytown, and if they refuse to surrender, we will poop all over them.
That's disgusting.
He only sickens the victims.
Soil them and feel my wrath, and I forbid you to call it scandalous ever again.
You heard it from the highest authority.
Again.
This calls for massive retaliation. Let's get them, Volcana. Mom's away.
Gun. You filth. You.
Infernal soilers. You.
What did I do? Ew.
You'll get yours one of these days.
Back to Hades you go, you sinister sirens.
define, we define, we define, we define, we define. Curses. Beaten again. These hard landings hurt. Ouch. The chairman will flog us for this. Oh, our broken vertebrae.
Good riddance to that rubbish.
Sam, Sidney, Sean and Cruz are all cleaned up now.
You may resume your video.
Thank God for sending those licentious leeches back to their loathsome lair.
You're welcome.
Now things can properly go back to normal now.
Well, I may as well get this PBS 2009 logo started.
Great idea, Scotty. Roll camera. Cue the circle.
Here we go again. Runaway circle. Watch where that circle lands.
Whoever catches it wins a mansion in L.A.
I'm afraid that is the wrong answer. Oh, Martian.
Where is that circle running to? If we follow him, we'll soon find out.
Tonight on BBC One.
Tales of the Runaway Circle.
Scotty. The circle is supposed to stop at full stature, not fly away.
Sheesh.
Shush the sheesh!
Yo!
Are you okay, my darling Scotty?
That damn PBS logo landed on my foot yet again. Yo!
Poor Scotty.
He never learns to stay out of the way, does he?
He looks like Mick Jagger on a bad night whenever he hops around like that.
Mick Jagger on a bad night.
Let me help.
Later, after Rhonda healed Scotty's broken foot.
Thanks again, Rhonda.
You're welcome, Scotty.
Shall we try again, Sean?
Not now, Sam. I'm very tired after that eventful disaster. Let's just pick things up in the morning.
This has been a Wallace and Gromit Forever production.